Hi guys, today we are going to some inside things of electrostatics. We have to see how charges are spread over the surfaces, and we must understand how voltages develop, potential develop on the surfaces, and what happens when a thing is done to the any surface, metal surface. So first of all, starting from this case 1, we have three shells, a smaller one, bigger one and the biggest one. The middle one is earthed and the radius is A, B and C respectively. Charge Q is given to the inner sphere and minus Q is given to the outer sphere. We have to find the charges build up on the surface B. So just think about it. Find the charge on the surfaces of B and C if shells A and C are assigned plus Q and minus Q respectively. So this is a shell Q. Now charges will induce on the inner surface of B, that is minus Q, since any of the inside the any shell total charge should be 0. So this is plus Q, charge induced will be minus Q. Since the surface is earth, so I don't know this charges developed on the outer surface of B, so let it be Q1 here. So for again this is if Q1, then inner surface of C will develop minus Q1 and the outer surface will develop plus Q1. So total charge on the outer surface is coming out to be Q1 minus Q. This is the total charge developed on the sphere C. Now let's try to find total potential on the surface of B and put it 0, because this is earth and any earth's material has got the potential 0 in itself. Now total potential at B, it is due to A only plus due to B wala and plus due to C wala. So we are going to add total potential. This entire surface A, this is the A. इसके कारण जो यहाँ potential होगा B पे, so we can write K Q upon the distance from the center, that is B. So write it B here. Now potential due to B itself, so we can write K minus Q upon B. This potential is due to inner surface, and now due to outer surface we can write K Q1 by B. Now due to this inner surface of C, we can write K into minus Q1 upon C. Now due to our outer surface of, we have K Q1 minus Q upon C. This is the total potential at B. Now B is earthed, so this potential must be 0. So I can write 0 is equal to K Q by B, K minus Q by B. This is cancel out. We are left with this and this term. So if K is common, I can write Q1 by B minus Q1 by C plus Q1 by C minus Q by C, this thing. By solving this, plus Q1 by C minus Q by C is gone. So I can get Q1 by B minus Q by C is equal to 0. Therefore, Q1 is equal to QB by C. This is the charge Q1 which is developed on the outer surface of B, and we can put it here Q1 to find the total charge on the outer sphere of surface C. Please note it down, it's very, very important. Generally, when it is asked, find the capacitance of any system which involve two spheres. So people are generally confused about it, but it's very simple actually. Any sphere like this, we have three spheres A, B and C. In this case, A and B are joined and we are asked to find the capacitance of the system. Find the capacitance of the system. So for general, I am talking about any general, just leave it. If you have any capacitor system of radius, suppose R1, another sphere of radius R2, and we are asked to find the capacitance of the system, there we simply write 4 pi epsilon naught R1 R2 upon R2 minus R1. This is the basic general formula. When we are talking about this, since it involves three spheres, so it's very easy now because these two A and B are just joined. When two metal plates or two metal spheres are joined, they behave as a single one, single identity. So we are thinking about B only and C only. It is converted into these two things. So we can simply apply this formula only. How? See, this is 4 pi epsilon naught and the radius is B and C only. A has lost its identity because it is joined to the B. So we can write B into C upon R2 minus R1, C minus B. So this is the capacitance of the system. Please note it down. It's very, very important for any objective exams like NEET, JEE, BITSAT, any exams. Please note it down. In this case, we have been given two spherical portions here of radius capital A, radius 2r. This has got radius 2r, this one. And charge Q is placed inside sphere A. This is a solid portion of the sphere. Charge Q is placed inside of sphere A at a distance a small r from the center. Find the electric potential at the center of the sphere. First of all, distribute the charges here. Plus Q is here, so it will induce minus Q inside A and plus Q will induce outside B. So we can find the total potential by using plus Q minus Q and this plus Q. This is a solid portion. So charge induced will be like this from inner to just outer. So V at O can be written as K Q by R plus K minus Q by capital R. I am talking about this surface. Inner surface of A, that is K minus Q by capital R. Plus I am talking about this outer surface of radius 2R. So we can write K Q upon radius 2R. Just simplify this. KQ can be taken as common. 1 by R minus 1 by R 1 by 2R. This is minus 1 by 2R. So this is the potential at the point O. Please note it down. It's again very, very important thing. In this case, we are going to find how charges are induced and how we can find it actually with the help of electric field and electric flux. Two conducting plates A and B are placed parallel to each other. A is given a charge Q1, B is given a charge Q2. Find the distribution of charges on the four surfaces parallel to each other. Suppose one plate is lying like this. And this is one plate. This is the second plate. Plate A, plate B. This is charge Q1 and here it is charge Q2. Suppose यहाँ से कुछ चार्ज डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हुआ होगा, माइनस क्यू आके इस सरफेस पे आ गया होगा, सपोज प्लस क्यू. इसके प्लस क्यू के कारण यहाँ माइनस क्यू इंड्यूस हुआ होगा और इस सरफेस पे आ गया होगा प्लस क्यू, like this. So this is the way we can distribute hypothetical charges. A small q we don't know till now. Consider a point P inside the plate, and we know that inside the conductor electric field is always 0. So due to any plate, electric field has got a general formula, sigma by 2 epsilon naught. Sigma is nothing but q by area. So this we can apply. This is any positive charge. So due to this, electric field will be this way. Let it be E1. So I can write E1 is equal to, according to this formula, Q1 minus Q upon 2 area epsilon naught. Let the surface area of A is capital A only. Since two plates are parallel, means area is same for both of the plates. Now, due to this plus Q charge, electric field is E2. So we can write E2 is equal to plus Q 2A epsilon naught. Now this is minus Q. Due to this, electric field at this point P will be like this. This is E3. So E3 we can write Q upon 2A epsilon naught. And again E4 is due to this charge. So I can write, this is positive, so electric field will be like this. E4 Q, that is Q2 plus Q upon 2A epsilon naught. So there are 4 electric field due to 4 surfaces we have been given. So E total at point P will be 0 since it lies inside the metal. So add these 4 electric field and put it 0 and then solve it. So I am going to apply 1 by 2A epsilon naught will be common. So Q1 minus Q plus Q plus Q plus Q2 plus Q, this thing. This entire thing coming out to be 0. So minus Q plus Q gone. So I am getting Q1 plus Q2 plus 2Q is equal to 0. Therefore, a small q is coming out to be minus sign Q1 plus Q2 whole divided by 2. This is a small q I am getting. We can put it here and we can find the charges on the 4 surfaces. Please note it down. It's another very important example. We are going to find the force of attraction between the 2 plates. This is 2 parallel plates. Then these 2 plates are identical. And D, a small d is the separation between the 2 parallel plates and V is the voltage of the battery. Now in this case, we have derived earlier total energy of the capacitor system is half CV square. Or you can say, in place of C, I can write Q by V. So that is QV by 2. This is the total energy. Let it be, this is equation 1. And work done to maintain the distance of these plates as they try to attract each other. So we have to maintain the system at the distance t. That is given as force into distance t. Equation 2. We know that electric field in terms of voltage V and distance d is given by this formula. This one. So since energy is equal to work done, so we can apply QV by 2, this is your FD, or we can say F is equal to QV by 2D. So V, in place of V I can write E into D. So we can write F is equal to ED. So it is Q by 2 into E. And we know very well total electric field is there in between the 2 plates is given by sigma by epsilon naught. In place of sigma we can write Q by A. So total force of attraction is coming out to be Q square upon 2A epsilon naught in this case. So note it down, it's very important. And moving ahead further, I am taking another case. Just note it down first. Now let's discuss a case when two parallel plates, one of the two parallel plates are joined with a spring. Plates try to attract each other and the spring try to hold it. Let's see that. This is the initial position of the two plates. Total distance between the plates is A as it is mentioned. Now we pull the plate down here, so spring will be elongated. Earlier it was spring was the natural length. After some time when we pull the plate down, the distance between the two plates is now x. So A minus x is the small extension in the spring. So spring want to hold it back like this, but the plates try to attract each other like this. I am denoting it Fe, electrostatic force, and this is Fs, we can say spring force. So let's balance the two. We can say Fs is equal to Fe. So Fs is spring force K into A minus x, and spring electrostatic force that we just did the formula Q square upon 2A epsilon naught. So we can relate like this. Just keep in mind the formula. Again I can write Q into E by 2. We must remember this formula also, that we can simplify this into this only. Both are same thing actually. Now I am going to try to find out the potential, the relation between potential and x. In place of Q, I can write C into V. In place of E, I can write V upon x. Now, because final distance between the two is x only, 2 will remain as it is. So it is coming out to be Cv square upon 2x. So K A minus x. In place of C, we can write epsilon naught A upon x. This is the final capacitance when the plate separation is x upon V square upon 2x. So ultimately I am getting V square epsilon naught A to x square. So from this we can simplify V square is equal to 2k x square A minus x upon epsilon naught A. Now it can be asked in exam, what is the total potential difference is possible, maximum. We can find V maximum from here. After differentiating this, we can differentiate this and find dV by dx 0, put it 0 and find x from here. So this is the way to write. Every step is very informative. We are getting so many informations. Just note it down. It can be asked, it can be useful in any exams, NEET or JEE or BITSET or any exam. Just note it down. It's a very fantastic thing.